month, healing in the hands of time. So we have a lot of healing going on, both physically and emotionally around us. He has a gentle side for the wounded, a pillow for the weary soul. They only hope for some broken hearts. It's time He'll make us whole, 'cause we're healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. We're healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. He's taken us all on a journey. He knows exactly every inch of this road. If we could only see farther down it, we would know, as He knows, that we're all healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. We're all healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. If it's much too big today to handle, just hand it all over to Him. Father Time, Master of Surprises, will surprise us once again, 'cause we're all healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. We're all healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. Healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. We're all healing, healing, healing in the hands of time. Healing in the hands of time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Next job.
Organized religion. I remember reading a scripture. It was something based on like your deepest, darkest secret one day will be told on the rooftops. Everybody know that? Is familiar with that? Anyways, at the time I had my own fears, my own secrets, and everyone does at some point in their life, and they're so afraid that someone's going to find out. Someone's going to find out. And then after I read that scripture, it was like, I've feared this forever. I'm just going to tell it. I'm going to get this energy out of me and just share it. And once I did, it was amazing what I found out. It was amazing because I was so afraid of speaking my fear, of revealing it. I thought I was so different. I was so different. That people would judge me, that I would be judged, that I would be punished or something. And what I came to realize was that I was attracted to similar like-minded people. Like either within a couple of weeks, I realized that either the people I was attracting into my life were walking through a very similar experience. They just overcome it, or they didn't care. I mean, they honestly didn't care. And this thing inside of me was so huge. When we face our fears, most times it's something that we are afraid of being judged on, somewhere in our past. And it could be good or bad. When we think of fear, most people think of all the negative stuff. And that's not always true. How many people fear success? A fear having $1 million, or being connected to God. There are so many good fears that we prevent ourselves from experiencing because it is a fear. Somewhere along our past, we've judged it. It's all these judgments that start to come to the surface. If I walk through this, if I do this, will I be judged? Will I feel loved? Will I be loved? Will I be accepted? in the brain, when we think of the subconscious, it doesn't see good, bad, right, or wrong. It just sees somewhere along your path you created it because you didn't want to experience pain, or you got so involved in it you just kept creating it. So this morning, as we go into our subconscious, I'll show you a couple of techniques. So have you close your eyes, get comfortable in your chairs. And the first thing I want you to imagine is just yourself engulfed, surrounded by this bubble of white light. And within this bubble of white light, nothing can hurt you, nothing can harm you. It's almost as if you're in observant mode. And as you feel that safety and that love and that peacefulness in this bubble, I want you to imagine going to the top. Oh no. I want you to see your fear. If you were to give your fear an image, what would it look like? Your biggest fear. If you were to see your scariest monster, what would it look like? Would it be an experience? Would it be a creature? Would it be a... Give it some kind of form. What would it look like? And as you see this fear in front of you, I want you to imagine going back in time, as if going down a tunnel of time, to the very first time you ever let this fear into your life. When it was just little. It's a little monster. Going all the way back to the very first time it ever entered your energy, your consciousness. Viewing what happened. What was it that allowed it into your life? And whatever that was, I want you to imagine like a movie, going back and recreating that experience so it never came in. Creating that moment in time in its ultimate form. What would it have been like? How would that day, that moment have changed? Almost like putting down the weight, putting down those rocks. You don't have to carry around that monster anymore. When you've let it go, I want you to imagine coming back and viewing how that monster's transformed. What does it look like now? And you've said enough is enough, I'm done. What is it going to change into? Feeling yourself embracing that change. Embracing life, embracing your life's experiences. Feeling yourself walking forward in this new energy with confidence, with peace, and with love, because you know where you're going. Feel yourself succeeding. Feel yourself surrounded with love, acceptance. And starting at the top even, if you were to stand in front of God's energy, how does that feel? nothing but peace and love to come through, penetrating through that bubble, giving yourself the ability to feel it, to embrace it, to gain strength in God, and assistance, knowing that everything that you create is good, and allowing God to help you see the good in all things, so it can get even better as you attract more in. With you and God's energy as if being best friends together, notice the people that you attract in your life and the good in them and how you feel interacting with them with this new sense of confidence and peace, gaining a stronger connection. And even with your experiences in life, what is it that you truly desire to experience? What does it feel like to walk into that experience completely at peace? Feeling that change that's occurred in you. As you walk through that experience, notice how calm your solar plexus are, your stomach. And even if you have a little bit of jitters from excitement, embrace that excitement. For it's something good. Noticing your life as a whole, your past, present, and future. Knowing that each step of the way you know exactly what to do in the moment. And each moment you will always know exactly what to do. For you have that spiritual guidance that you can rely on. You have that inner knowing, and you have that peace, allowing it to shine through. And with these gifts, feel them expand inside of you, bringing them back, knowing that your life changes today, that no longer will fear rule your life, but you're in charge. You're creating your life. Whatever it may be. And with that energy, feel it course through your body with each breath that you take. As you allow yourself to come back and reconnect to the physical world, full of love and peace and connection, confidence. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch. Walk through life, oftentimes we get in a pattern, we get into things that we seem to experience over and over again. And the biggest thing, the biggest energy with change is saying, I'm done. Enough is enough. Today is my day to change. And as that statement is made, it's almost like you change your internal boundaries, your identity of who you're going to be, who you are. I am now this. And if any of those old energies start to creep in, they're just, that's my silly self, that's my silly human self. Let it go. And get back into the energy of who you know you are. And many times, I feel like I've been the biggest person of fear. When I first started in my spiritual path, I had millions of fears. And Scott's analogy of here's your credit card, you can do whatever you want with it. I couldn't even do that. I could not even do that. I walked around for hours like, I can't do this. So I was so fearful. And overcoming my own fears, I found like 85% have all been in my mind. I allowed my imagination to run away with me, and I imagined the worst things happening. And instead, I've learned how to change that around into imagining the best things happening to me, the best outcomes. And it's really helped me to walk through a lot of things in life, because as you walk through them, you realize it was silly. It was silly what I even thought would happen, because it's not what happened. And the other 15%, I've actually had, like most of it I can mentally do, but the other 15% I've actually had to physically walk through. There's something about that physical experience that helps to change everything. So if it's just in your mind, or if you actually physically need to walk through something, don't be afraid of it either way, because it will change you.